Imagine waking up, and the world has changed forever. Earth has stopped spinning. No warning. No transition. Just stillness. At first, you wouldn't notice. The ground beneath you would feel stable. But in the sky, the sun would freeze in place. And chaos would begin. Earth spins at roughly 1,670 kilometers per hour at the equator. That motion gives us day and night, keeps the atmosphere circulating, and stabilizes our climate. If the planet suddenly stopped spinning, everything not attached to solid bedrock would be launched eastward. Buildings would crumble. Trees would uproot. Even entire cities could be swept away by the force. The atmosphere, which had been moving with the planet, wouldn't stop immediately. This would create winds stronger than any hurricane ever recorded. Walls of air, moving at over 1,000 kilometers per hour, would tear through the land, and then come the oceans. Gigantic mega tsunamis would race across the globe, drowning coastlines, and penetrating deep inland. These waves wouldn't just flood, they would destroy everything in their path. With Earth no longer rotating, one half of the planet would face the sun, permanently. The other would be cast into eternal darkness. On the sunlit side, temperatures would rise dramatically. Without the cooling effect of night, the land would dry, oceans would evaporate, and deserts would expand. Crops would fail. Water would become scarce. On the dark side, everything would freeze, cities would be buried in ice. The oceans would turn to frozen plains. The narrow line between light and dark, the twilight zone, might become the only habitable region. But even there, storms, radiation, and unpredictable weather would make survival nearly impossible. Earth's weather systems rely on rotation. The Coriolis effect drives winds, ocean currents, and storm patterns. Without it, the atmosphere would start collapsing into chaotic, extreme patterns. Superstorms could linger for months, even years. Jet streams would disappear. Rainforests would turn to deserts. The poles might see warm weather, while the equator freezes at night under thick clouds. Earth's magnetic field is generated by the rotation of its molten iron core. No spin, no dynamo effect. Over time, the magnetic field would weaken, then vanish entirely. Without it, Earth would be bombarded by solar and cosmic radiation. The atmosphere would slowly erode. Satellites would fail. Technology would collapse. And life, exposed to radiation, would mutate or die. How would we survive? Perhaps underground cities, shielded from radiation and temperature extremes. Maybe life would shift to the twilight zones, using artificial light and controlled environments. But long-term? Life on Earth would never be the same. Civilization as we know it would fall. Only fragments of humanity might survive, if at all. Earth's rotation is something we take for granted. But it's the silent engine behind nearly every system we depend on. It gives us day and night. It stabilizes our climate. It protects us from the chaos of the universe. So next time you watch the sunset, remember, it only happens because the world keeps turning.